ॐ मौनं व्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे यन्नित्यमानन्दमनन्तमेकं शिवेति नाम्ना श्रुतयो गृह्णन्ति तस्यावतारो नररूपधारी कृपासुदाब्धि भुवि रामकृष्णः जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। रामाय रामचन्द्राय रामभद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं मृतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः। यस्यात्मभूतस्य गुरोः प्रसादात् अहं विमुक्तोऽस्मि शरीरबन्धात् सर्वोपदेष्टुः पुरुषोत्तमस्य तस्याङ्घ्रियुग्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। So far, Bhagavan Rama established through various arguments, through Pratyaksha Pramanam, Anumana Pramanam and Shastra Pramanam. So far, Bhagavan has established that Satyameva Jayate, Satyavan Eva Jayati. A truthful person alone is successful in the worldly context and in religious context. In the worldly context, from the standpoint of his personal life and from the standpoint of social life, and in religious context, life after the death. All these three angles were discussed, and Ramji has established that Satyavan Eva Jayati. In these angles, Jayam, that means success, is in the form of Artha Kama Praptihi and Loka Praptihi. By Artha Kama Praptihi, we mean that acquiring something or achieving something which we don't have. All external achievements, whether it is in the form of materials, gaining materials, or in the form of gaining pleasures, artha and kama. And loka praptihi, attaining higher existence in the higher worlds. So all of them are in the form of external success. External to what? External to the individual. External to the individual is artha. Artha means what? Wealth. Whatever is helpful for our security. And kama. Kama means fulfillment of desires. Then loka. Loka prapti. All of them are external to the individual. It is going to be added with the individual. It is going to add certain possession, certain pleasure, or certain valid instruments. All of them are in the form of acquiring something which we don't have. In Sanskrit, for this acquisition, in Sanskrit, there is a word called preyas. Preyas means pleasing things. Things which are going to please the individual. If a person gets capacity to fly, he is pleased. If he gets a AC room, he is pleased. If he gets 1 crore rupee, he is pleased. If he gets certain sense pleasures, he is pleased. So all of them are going to please that individual Therefore, they are called preyas. So far, success is defined in the form of acquiring pleasing things, acquiring preyas. Hereafter, Ramji is going to define the success in the form of Shreyas. Shreyas is a word, it's a beautiful word in Sanskrit. Simply it can be translated as beneficial thing. One is preyas, pleasing things. Another is Shreyas, which is going to benefit the individual. That means pleasing things need not benefit the individual, or those things which are going to benefit that individual need not be a pleasing one also. So far, he has discussed only success in the form of getting something which the individual doesn't have. Hereafter, Shastra is going to analyze what are all those things which can be Shreyas, which can be kept in the form of Shreyas, which can be kept in the category of Shreyas, which is going to really help the individual by following the truthful life. So far, Ramji argued, Satyavan enjoys success due to his honest life. What are all those success? Success in the form of acquiring wealth, success in the form of acquiring sense pleasures, and success in the form of acquiring social status, personal dignity, freedom from guilt and conflicts, and success in the form of gaining existence in the higher lokas. While enjoying these successes, the individual observes the person, the Satyavan, the individual, the person who is leading a truthful life, he observes. What he observes? That I followed so and so method, I am receiving the benefit. As Shastra told, as Ramji argued, I followed all these truthful means, therefore I am enjoying all these results. So while enjoying those results, while enjoying those successes, he observes whether this success, whether these benefits are going to improve his lot. Whether these success are going to improve his lot, or in what way they are going to make his life more happy. Suppose a truthful person is there, he has followed truthful means, and he has got Swargaloka Prapti. He has got a visa for Swargaloka, a ticket for Ramba Urvasi dance. Suppose he goes there and he knows that as per Shastram, I have followed all the truthful means, so Shastram is real, now I got this Swargaloka. So he is enjoying the Swargaloka Prapti. And there is no birth. Suddenly he appears there as an individual, either in the male form or female form. In one particular form he appears, and suddenly he sees there is going on drama, is a drama or music or a dance are going on. And he finds, haha, very nice. Satyameva Jayate. Shastra says, is correct, Satyameva Jayate. Because I followed Satya, so I got this. So he observes what I am going to get, what I am getting, in what way my lot is improved. When he observes, fortunately he finds, because of his honest life, fortunately he finds certain facts. Getting Artha and Kama and Loka all are because of honesty in the form of attitudes and behavior. Behavioral truthfulness and attitudinal truthfulness gave him prayers, Artha, Kama and Loka. Loka means what? Swargaloka. Now, the same truthfulness helps him in getting intellectual honesty. Three types of honesty is there. Behavioral honesty, attitudinal honesty and third one is intellectual honesty. By behavioral honesty, the person gets nice things in this world. By attitudinal honesty, the person gets nice things in the world plus extra thing in the life after the death. While going through the benefits of behavioral honesty and intellectual honesty, while going through these benefits, the person observes that those benefits which I am enjoying now because of my honest life has certain defects. Every achievement in my life, whether in this life or in the life after death, every achievement in my life has 3 defects. They are success, accepted. Those success are not available for the person who doesn't follow truth at all. That also accepted. But having received those success, when I observe those success, while enjoying those success, when I observe those success, I find as a truthful person with an intellectual honesty, I find these successes have 3 doshas, 3 defects. Apekshikatva doshaha, 1 defect. Shadishayatva doshaha, another defect. And anityatva doshaha, 3rd defect. I will explain. Apekshikatva doshaha means apekshata, dependency. A thing comes in my life and it is a really enjoyable thing, but slowly I find that I am depending on that entity. And in the absence of those things, my life is going to be a miserable one. 150 years before, there was no electricity. All our forefathers were really happy. 7 o'clock itself they went to sleep. Early morning, 4 o'clock they could get up and they could go for prayer. They have time for everything, all our forefathers. Now we got electricity. Electricity is naturally a beneficiary thing. It's a most beneficial thing. But at the same time, my dependency has increased. 100 years before there was no mixie and grinder. Now mixie and grinder has come. I can really save my time and spend in prayers. As a housemaker, I find that mixie and a grinder really helps me. But my dependency has increased. One day, if there is no electricity, if the mixie and grinder doesn't work, what happens? I feel miserable. So this is called apekshikatva doshaha, dependency on external things which I got as a success for my truthful life. When they are going to arrive in my life, I don't know, unpredictable. And when they are going to go from my life, that also I don't know. When electricity is going to come in my house, I don't know. When it is going to be taken away, I don't know. Therefore, my life becomes anxious life. It is called apekshikatva doshaha. Second one is sadishayatva doshaha. Sadishayatva means possibility of having a little more. Adishayatva, sa adishayatva means possibility of having a little more. I got something because of my honest life, and I find another person got something because of his honest life. But when I compare myself with that another person, I find he got more, I got less. So there is a possibility of getting more, a little more. My Acharya Swamiji used to tell beautiful joke. There was a Ramayan Pandit. In some other class I told this. I don't know which class. There was a Ramayan Pandit. And whole life he chanted Ramayan. Because of that Punya Karma, because of Rama Bhakti, after his death, he was invited to Swargaloka. When he entered Swargaloka, people respected him, they welcomed him, and finally they showed him 60-40 flat. Okay? So he was very happy. It is all nicely furnished and a nice garden is there. 60-40 means what? There will be compound. Okay? So he was just coming around the compound, and since there is a compound, there will be somebody on the other part of the compound. Just you want to know who is that. And that compound he saw, it is double the size. It is double the size. Then he came to know, oh, there is a possibility of having double the size. So naturally, so far he was happy. I got a citizenship in a permanent citizenship in Swargaloka, 60-40 flat. But there is a possibility of somebody having double the size. And it is nicely all marbles, full marbles, made up of marbles. Garden is super. Then he was wondering, who is that lucky man? He saw and got shocked. What? This fellow is here. Is he the owner of this place? Who is that fellow? His neighbor in Bhuloka. This Ramayan Panditji was in Bombay. And his neighbor also was in Bombay. And Fatfat wala. Fatfat, you know, Fatfat? Tricycle. They used to fit a engine which will give lot of sound in those days. And tricycle wala. So whenever this Panditji, Ramayan Panditji starts Ramayan, this Fatfat wala will come and disturb. So he got angry. So far he was happy. Now, because of this Sadishayatva, because Taratamyam is there, gradation is there, in result always gradation is there. So naturally, he got angry, annoyed. I got 60-40, that is justifiable, because Ram Nam Satya Hai. Ram Nama is really wonderful, and Valmiki ji's words are truthful. But why this, how this fellow got this? He never came to my class, Ramayan class. Not only that, he always disturbed. How he got, and that to double the size. So he shouted. Hearing his shout, police walas, that heaven police walas came. Panditji, what is the problem? First day itself he has started. Like that they asked. So he told, I want to meet Indra. Okay, they took him. So as even he entered, this is adharma. This is akrama. What is this? I thought in world only there is adharma and akrama, and here also I find adharma. What is this? Like that he shouted. Indra, Panditji, what happened? Here no adharma is possible. Nobody can bribe anyone because no currency at all. Because there is no money at all. So nobody can bribe anyone. What is the adharma you felt? Then he told, Indra, you gave me 60-40 flat. I thank you first for that. Because of what? Because of my Ramayana part. But how you justify this fellow getting a flat and this fellow getting citizenship in heaven and this fellow getting a flat double the size? How you can justify? Then Indra told, it says, there is dharma. Here also dharma only. What dharma? Did he chant Ramayana double the time? No, he never. Then how can you give double the size? Then Indra told, it says, Panditji, you chanted Ramayana, we accept. And Ramayana chanting has a phala, Swarga Prapti, phala. How many people came to your Ramayana, you tell? All old people. Whoever came also, they did not hear with full concentration. Some came out of a frustration from house. Some came as an outing. Some came as time pass. Some came to enjoy the cool breeze in your AC room. But you are sincere, you got it. How many people you made to remember Lord Rama? Very few people. But this rickshaw wala is there, na, Fatfat wala. Whenever he took his tricycle, when he goes on the road with rash driving, everybody remembered, Hey Ram bhaj gaya, Hey Ram bhaj gaya. Oh Lord, you have saved me, you have saved me. So this fellow was instrument in making others to remember Lord Rama. Whether you made others to remember Lord Rama or not, this fellow made many people to remember the Lord. Therefore, every time, every fellow remembered the Lord, being an instrument, he got punya. So it is called sadishayatva doshaha. There is a possibility of getting little more and little more. This getting, the possibility itself gives what? Disappointment. Understood? The very possibility of getting little more makes a person, the achiever, oh, I could have got that. 95% a child brings as a mark sheet, mother says, why can't you get 100? See that opposite flat wala child, the child got 98%. Instead of enjoying this 95%, mind is made to remember that there is a possibility of gaining 98% which you have not got. Therefore, you are disappointed. This is called sadishayatva. Third one is anityatva doshaha. This one everybody knows. Anityatva. Everything in our life is subject to arrival and departure. Including this physical body, everything in our life is subject to arrival and departure. The problem is, a person knows that it may arrive, but a person doesn't know or can never know when it is going to depart. That's the problem. When it is going to depart, when it is going to depart. This very idea that it is going to depart will create sorrow. Sorrow born out of imaginary laws. Sorrow born out of imagination. For example, a person loves his father and his father got some disease and he was taken to hospital. The doctor told, you have to take certain tests. After 10 days only we can say whether it is a malignant cancer or not. So, specimen was given and this person has come to home along with his father. His father doesn't know that he got cancer, but son knows that there may be possibility of father getting cancer and father going to die. So, all these 10 days, father has not died, okay, he is alive only. But keeping alive father, the person thinks that what will happen in my life if my father dies. So imaginary loss brings him sorrow and actual loss of course brings him sorrow. So when it arrives, if he is happy, when it departs, he is going to be unhappy. When certain nice things comes in our life, the person is happy. When the same nice thing goes from that life, he is unhappy. Not only when it goes, he is going to be unhappy. While enjoying itself, he is going to be unhappy. With the idea, when it will go, when it will go, when it will go. That's what arjane dukkam, veye dukkam. A person, a stingy man, because of his friend's persuasion, decided to have a particular cool drinks. He is a stingy man, but his friends persuaded him, hey, that particular cool drink is very nice, particular fruit juice is very nice. So he decided, today I will have. What is the rate? 50 rupees per glass. So somehow he managed to purchase that fruit juice, and fruit juice has come on the table. They have given with a straw. So now what he has to do? He has to enjoy it. Being a stingy man, he calculates 50 rupees, only one glass, 50 rupees. Okay, let me. So he has even, he sips inside that fruit juice. First sensation it will be, wow, real. Friends, what friends told is really wonderful. It is worth. As even he swallowed those drinks, he saw the glass half gone. Hurry, one sip, half gone. So quickly I should not enjoy it. So he goes on, sees that. The butler is there, na? The hotel wala. Sir, it is for drinking purpose. Please drink. Yes, I know that. 50 rupees drinks, na? First time he is drinking. Stingy person, 50 rupees. So he should not be immediately enjoyed. Little, slowly he should enjoy. So what happens? As even he sips, one mind says, aha, another mind says, ayyayo. Aha with regard to the bhoga, ayyayo with regard to viyoga. It is going to get reduced. It is reduced. My bhoga is reduced. Of the glass it has become. It is called anityatva doshaha. Therefore, this person who happened to have that intellectual honesty finds that these three defects are inherent to every achievement in my life. What are all those defects? What are those defects? Apekshikatva doshaha, defect called dependency. Sadishayatva doshaha, defect called having a little more, having possibility of having a little more, and anityatva doshaha, defect called that achievement is going to have an end. As even he enjoys these successes, he finds that na vittena tarpaniyo manushyaha. By truthful life, I might have got Kubera Sambatti. Like Kubera, because of his truthful life only he became Kubera. Okay? Because of truthful life only Indra became Indra. Varuna became Varuna. Kubera became Kubera. That Kubera thinks that I also have problem. Because na vittena tarpaniyaha. No person in the creation is satisfied by having wealth. Then what about sense pleasures? What about sense pleasures? Sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha. Sense pleasures are nothing but loss of energy. That is the definition given by Upanishad. Sense pleasures are nothing but loss of energy of the sense organs. 8-year-old boy says, Nachiketas, to Yamadharmaraja, when Nachiketas wanted to know the highest reality of an individual, Yamadharmaraja, in order to test that disciple, he offers every blessed thing in this creation. Not only in human world, in divine worlds also. He says, I will give you longest life possible, like a Brahmaji's life. I will give you all the heavenly pleasures. I will give you all the wealths of all the three worlds. I will give you enough physical strength and energy for you to enjoy. Everything when it was offered, this 8-year-old boy says, because of his intellectual honesty, he says, Na vittena tarpaniyaha manushyaha. Yamadharmaraja, can you name one person's name that who has fulfilled by having money? Then, Sarvendriyana jarayanti tejaha. What you say as sense pleasure is nothing but loss of energy. Then, even if it is going to give certain sensations, temporary sensations, api sarvam jivitam alpameva. Api sarvam jivitam alpameva. These three pramana vakyas are for the three defects. What are the defects I told? Apekshikatva doshaha. The most wealthiest person also will desire for one more digit. Correct? One more digit. One more digit in his bank balance. One more digit he will desire for. And another person who is enjoying, naturally, if he is enjoying an ice cream, one time that ice cream gives joy. Second time, because of repetition, boring. Third time, irritation. Fourth time, same ice cream. Fourth time, anger. You try. You bring your friend, take him to Baskin Robinson, give a beautiful ice cream. It's a good ice cream. You can try. Okay. But salary day only you can try. Because small item it is 65 rupees. So you try. First cup, ha ha. Second cup, oh ho. Third cup, no no. Fourth cup, never. Same ice cream, same tongue, same ice cream, same shop, same lot. So, Sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha sadishayatva doshaha api sarvam jivitam alpameva. Whatever may be the quality of enjoyments, whatever may be the quantity of possession, sarvam jivitam alpameva, it will have an end. It has limitations. This is called observation by a person who has intellectual honesty. Many of us don't have that. Everyone knows all these problems are there. Still what he will tell? These are all life, Swami. What to do? We have to put up on these things. But a person who has intellectual honesty, he will say, What nonsense. Even if these things, even if I get all those things, if I am not going to be fulfilled, what for I should struggle? That's what Upanishad says. Pariksha lokan karmachidan brahmano nirvedam ayat. He gets a conclusion. None of these prayers, none of these external achievements are going to fulfill me. Why I went for achievements? What for I went? I found myself as an unfulfilled entity, as a parichinnaha, as a wanting person. So I cannot keep myself as a wanting person. Therefore I want to fulfill those wants. Therefore I went for all those things. Even when they came in my life, I find their arrival has not improved my lot. Their arrival has improved my comforts. Their arrival has improved my quality of life. But their arrival has not improved my judgment about myself. Therefore, the individual who is a person with intellectual honesty, he finds pariksha lokan by verification, lokan pariksha karmachidan by following dharmic way of life, brahmanaha san by having a intellectual honesty. What he gains? Nirvedamaya. He comes to know certain facts due to this intellectual honesty. What is that fact? Nasti akritaha kritena. Akritaha, fulfillment. Nasti kritena. Kritena karmena. Kritena karma phalena. Akritaha nasti. Akritaha means purnatvam, fulfillment. Because sarvam paravasham. All those things are, all my possessions, all the pleasures are dependent. All are dependent. Because karma phala means what? It dependent on karma. Quality of karma determines the quality of karma phalam. It has gradations. So it comes in its own way and it goes away without telling. And while remaining also it creates lot of problem. While remaining as a rich person, how much problem the rich person has even to protect that richness. So many people come and ask money from him. Beggar comes, politician comes, sannyasins come, ashrama walas come, tax wala come, officials come, raja comes. Everybody comes and tries to take his money little by little. So the person who has struggled to gain this wealth is afraid of protecting all the time, is protecting his wealth. Therefore, sarvam paravasham. Whatever is paravasham. Paravasham means what? That which is in the other hand. Sarvam paravasham dukkham. Sarvam paravasham dukkham. Your happiness, the key to your happiness is with the electricity wala, with the mixie wala, with the ice cream wala, with your family member. Your key to happiness is what? With another person. Therefore, as long as I depend upon another person, another situation, another object to be fulfilled and happy, I am compelled to be as dukkhavan, as a dukkhi. Whatever I get in my life has these three defects and it limits my fulfillment. That moment I jump as the tennis player who wins the Grand Slam. That moment he jumps. Next week he falls. Another match. As a cricket player, that moment's particular day, he jumps. Next week, he falls. So my life becomes jumping and falling and jumping and falling. It has limitations. Every achievement in my life has limitations. But what I really want, what everyone really want, Shastra says, everyone really wants Purnatvam. How can you say everyone wants Purnatvam? You ask any person, sir, what do you want? He will tell, I want to be happy. When you want to be happy, morning or evening? In office or in house? When you want to be happy? I want to be happy always, in all places. Correct? With all people. I want to be secured. When do you want to be secured? In house or in office? When you want to be secured? I want to be secured in all the places, in all times. So, every individual wants something which is permanently going to accompany the individual. The fact he desires for all the time, always, with all people and in all situations. That means what? He wanted unlimited security, peace and happiness, unlimited fulfillment, unrestricted fulfillment, unobstructed security, peace and happiness. For this only, in Sanskrit it is called Purnatvam, fulfillment. Fulfillment in life. Can I be free from all these limitations? As even those things come, I am really happy. But how much time I am happy? As even I received something, when I jump, the world asks me, so what? As a child, when I bring my mark sheet, my mother asks me, so what? It is only first standard, study well. As a 10th standard child, when I bring mark sheet, father says, so what? It is only SSLC, study well. And as a degree holder, I bring my degree, society asks, so what? There are PhD holders, study well. As a PhD holder, when I come, society asks, so what? You are only a research student. There are people who have a lot of money who keep these research wallas under their control. Become a rich man. As a rich man, when I bring certificate that I am Crorepati, then society asks, so what? Tatakkim, 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 so what? So what? So what? This question never ends. When I become millionaire, world asks, so what? There are billionaires. You become billionaire, so what? There are MLAs who can control the billionaires. You become MLA, so what? There are MPs. You become MP, so what? There is a prime minister. You become a prime minister, so what? There is a party leader. Party leader who keeps the prime minister under the control. So what? So what? So what? Even if we gain everything, then Yamadharmaraja asks one day in our life, so what? Time is over. Come. Come. Whatever you achieved, it is there with you. I agree. You are a truthful person. You have worked hard. So what? Time is over. You please come. Yamadharmaraja comes and asks. Then I find myself limited as a limited entity, wanting for one more day to live. Wanting for one more day to live with all these pleasures, with all these comforts, with all these nice things in my life. So I find myself as a limited entity, limited by time, limited by people, limited by situations, and limited by Desha Kala Parichinnatvam, they call it. So naturally, when I am going to be free from these limitations? This urge to be free from all limitations, this urge to be free from wanting personality, this urge to free from inadequacy and smallness is called mumukshutvam. In Sanskrit, it is called mumukshutvam. Moktum ichuhu mumukshuhu. Moktum ichuhu mumukshuhu. One who wants to be free. Free from what? Free from all types of limitations. And it is a natural, universal, choiceless urge. That's why everyone wants to be free and free and free. Only the definition of freedom differs from person to person. So no person can say, I never want to be happy. No person can say, I want to be happy. When he says, I want to be happy, when you want to be happy, I want to be happy always. That means what? Freedom from limitations called time and space and situations. So this urge being a natural urge, natural, choiceless and unavoidable urge, everybody struggles. Everyone is a mumukshuhu only. Only thing is, in which direction I have to go depends upon the person's understanding. Some things, if I get money, I will be a free man. After getting money only he understands, I got more bondage. If I get spouse, I will be a free person. After marriage only he understands, ayyo, as bachelor I was nice. So all pravrittis and all nivrittis, going towards something and getting away from something, are determined by this one particular urge. that I want to be a free person. Freedom from what? Freedom from this wanting personality. Freedom from my self-judgment. Freedom from the smallness, inadequacy. This is called mumukshutvam. This is called desire for moksha or purnatvam. What I want differs from time to time, but that I want never goes away from me. I want toys for some time. I want ice cream for some time. I want bicycle for some time. I want books. I want friends. I want spouse. I want married. I want children. Like that, I want to go on that day. Things are differing, but the tambura called I want. Then finally, the same I want a place in Surga. I want place in Vaikunta. I want to be a servant of the Lord. I want to be a bhakta of the Lord. The same want only. And he finds as even age is growing and he finds that so many things, even though I want, I may not get. At least let me try in the next Janma. He postpones. That's why wife says to husband, I want to be your wife for the next 7 Janmas. So far I have not given enough teaching to you. So you cannot escape from me. Again 6 Janmas are there. So all these desires are converted as pravritti and nivritti. A person goes towards something if he finds that it is going to make him free. If it going to make him a happy person, secured person, he goes towards that. Again, if he finds the same thing, if it is not going to fulfill him, he comes away from that. If you go to sub-registrar office, you can see so many people are standing to buy and sell. So many people are there. A person who wants to sell his house, if you ask him, sir, why you are selling, sir? Oh, enough, sir, enough. I got enough lesson. So he wants to sell that same house. The same house, another person is ready to purchase. He also says, enough, sir, enough. I got enough lesson in staying as a tenant in somebody's house. I want a own house. The own house wala says, enough of being a owner of house. The rental wala says, enough of being a tenant of an house. So all pravrittis and nivrittis are depend upon according to his understanding. But the direction is what? Purnatvam. Thus, a person with intellectual honesty discovers that it is a choiceless desire. What is the choiceless desire? Seeing myself as a fulfilled person is a choiceless desire, and at the same time, none of these things in the creation can give me that. What is my desire? Choiceless desire. Trying to see myself as a fulfilled entity, Purna Vastu, unlimited entity, unlimited by time, space and causality. When I want to see myself like that, I find it is impossible. No object, no blessed thing in the creation can make me this. Neither I can fulfill my desire, nor I can dismiss this desire. Neither I can fulfill my desire. What is the desire? Trying to see myself as a Purna Vastu is the desire. I cannot deny it. At the same time, I cannot fulfill it. Therefore, he is in search of freedom, and because of his honest life, the Prarabdha or Bhagavan takes him to a person who is already fulfilled and free. There comes the role of a spiritual guide, a spiritual teacher. He finds by accident, sheerly by accident, or by Ishvara Kripa, or as a gift for your truthful life, he finds one day suddenly that there is someone who doesn't have any of these things, who doesn't work for any of these things, still he is fulfilled and happy, and I have to go towards him and try to know what is the secret of being fulfilled without achieving anything. Therefore, Upanishad says, Pariksha Lokan, Karmachidan, Brahmano, Nirvedamayat, one statement. Nirvedam comes, enough. It's called Nirvedam. What is that Nirvedam? Nasti akrita kritena. By getting something in my life, my lot is not going to end because I have intrinsically problem created by time, space and causality. Tad vijnanartham. What is that which can make me fulfilled here and now without achieving anything? Tad vijnanartham saha gurum eva abhigacche samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. As a samitpanihi, with all humility, because he has tried, he has knocked all the doors. Being a truthful person, he worked hard and got all the nice things in this world and nice things in the other world. And he, being an intellectually honest person, he found it is not going to over. This game is never going to be over. Therefore, either I have to withdraw or I have to die inside the game. So he withdraws from the game and finds out what is that by which I will be fulfilled. Tad vijnanartham. What is that? Saha abhigachet, saha gurum eva abhigachet, saha eva abhigachet, tad vijnanartham eva abhigachet. He alone should approach the teacher. He should approach the teacher only. He should not go for self-medication. So, a lot of meanings are there. Now, time is less. So, I will complete this. The topic is what? The topic is what? By following truthful life, a person ends with the real success. Temporary successes are in the form of artha kama prapti, loka prapti, and real permanent success in the form of what? Moksha prapti. And when he approached that Shrotriyam Brahmanishta Guru, one who has come in that parampara, one who has gained this freedom without achieving anything, one who has owned up his own freedom, when he comes, the teacher says, so far you happen to be an idiot. Narada Bhagavan comes as a student to Sanat Kumara Rishi in Chandogya Upanishad. Having achieved everything, he can roam without flight. All visas, free visas, anywhere he can go. But still, he says, Soham Shochami Bhagavan. I am not happy. My dear Gurudev, I am not happy. Then the Gurudev says, what is the benefit of all these achievements if you are not happy? What is the benefit of all these achievements if you are not happy? Then Narada Bhagavan surrenders. Similarly in Gita also, Arjuna was a Dhananjayaha, got all wealth, Parantapaha, he have conquered all the pillars, and he got married to so many women and got lot of sense pleasures. But one day came in his life, Nahi prapashyami mamapanudya yachoga muchoshana mindriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatnam ruddham rajyam suranam apichadipatyam. I don't want anything, including the Swarga Loka, even if it is given free, unless I am get rid of this shoka. So that shoka comes. When he surrenders to the teacher, the teacher says, Bhumaiva sukham na alpe sukham asti. Whatever you gain in your life, it is going to be alpam. Alpam means what? Limited. Limited by time, limited by quantity, limited by quality. It will have gradations. Na alpe sukham asti. If you want, bhuma sukham. Bhuma means what? Infinite. If you want something called infinite, you should not do anything. Then this student is surprised. What? For small things I have to struggle so much. For big thing I should not do anything. Yes, stop. Stop doing. What do you want? You want something unlimited. Unlimited by time, space. Okay. What do you want? Happiness. Unlimited happiness. Unlimited by times mean what? Infinitude in terms of time means what? It should be available past, present and future. If it is available past, present and future, it should be available now itself. If you want something to attain in all places, it should be available here. So, therefore, param chet jnatavyam, aparam chet praptavyam. If it is small thing, you should struggle to get. If it is infinite thing, you should stop struggling. You should discover that it is your own property. Because unlimited means infinite, infinite in the form of desha and kala, in the form of time and space. Infinite means available at all time, in all places. That means infinite is available here and now. That means infinite means it is your real nature. Tadutvam asi aitadatmyam idagam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvedaketu. That which you are searching for happened to be fortunately your real nature. You are searching for love, you are the embodiment of love. You are searching for security, you are the embodiment of security. You are searching for fulfillment, you are the embodiment of Purnatva, fulfillment. Discover this fact through vichara, jnana vichara. You cannot be a limited body-mind complex. Body and mind are limited, accepted, but you cannot be that body-mind complex. Body-mind complex are limited, accepted. It has lot of problems, lot of biodata. Biodata doesn't belong to you. Biodata belong to biology. Biodata belong to body, not for you. How can you say, Swami, that I am not body? Simple logic. Whatever you see, you are not that. You see a dog, you are not dog. You see a car, you are not car. You see a body, you are not body. Simple. The first two statements everybody accept. Yes, I see a dog, therefore I am not dog. But same logic he is not able to understand with regard to his body. Drishyatvad aham na shariram. And there is no proof to prove that you are body. There is no proof to prove that you are body. You have body. That is your possession. Possession means subject to arrival and departure. Subject to 3 doshas. Why you bother about possessions? Give up those possessions and become infinite entity by knowledge. In fact, in reality, you are na jayate mriyate va kadachit. You never be an individual at all to follow Satyam in your life. Following the value called Satyam requires basic thing is what? An individual must be there. An individual alone can follow the value called Satyam. Now Shastra says, by following the value called Satyam, one time will come in your life that you will understand you are not at all an individual, therefore need not to follow Satyam. You are the very Satyam itself. That's called Satyasya Satyam. That's called Satyasya Satyam. Upanishad says, this mantra where we started 10 hours before, we have started with one mantra. Satyameva jayate na anrutam satyena panta vitato devayanaha yenakramanti rishayaha hi apta kamaha yet tad satyasya paramam nidhanam. Satyameva jayate, when it told, he will get success. Then Satyena pantha vitato devayanaha. It says you will get uttama loka prapti. Then third statement is what? Yena akramanti rishayaha. You become rishi. You become a wise person. Rishadi janati atma tattvam rishihi. You become a wise person. Wise person about what? Wise person about yourself. So far you consider yourself as an individual, as a human being, having a dharma and following the Satyam. By following that Satyam, you will get by following behavioral truthfulness, by following attitudinal truthfulness, you will get intellectual truthfulness. By intellectual honesty, you find that you are not an individual at all. You are everything. Aitadatmyam idagam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvedaketu. This knowledge is the real success in life. Otherwise, repeatedly one has to go through punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Repeatedly one has to struggle to follow this value called Satyam in his life. So how to get success? Real success is what? Getting away from the very individuality itself. Getting away from the very individuality itself. How it happens? By Guru Kripa, by Jnana Vichara. That's what Shastra says. Satyena labhyaha tapasa Kesha Atma. You got all external things by following Satyam, and you will get yourself. You will get yourself by following the same value. How nice it is. Satyena yesha atma labhyaha. So far, satyena arthakamaha labhyaha, satyena lokaha labhyaha. Now Shastra says, satyena atma labhyaha. By following the value called satyam, slowly you become matured. As a matured person, you start observing things as they are. And when you observe things as they are, you find everything is having plus and minus and no end for all those things. What you want is really different thing. So you end the game playing, then you come to retreat, and there you find someone who is in retreat and who is already fulfilled without playing any game. And by that teacher, you find that you also can be an infinite entity. A truthful person has that intellectual honesty in finding his limitations of prayers, in finding his incapacity to be free from all these limitations, in finding guidance, in analyzing the revelations of Vedanta, in rejecting his prejudices called I am body, I am individual. All these are all gifts of Satya Anucharan. All these are all only possible for a dharmic person. Otherwise, next to us, there can be Bhagavan himself, but still we will never use, like Duryodhana, even Bhagavan went to him, never used. As long as Arjuna was behind something, even if Bhagavan was next to him, he never used it. But being a dharmic person, one moment came in his life that what for all these things? So what? The so what question will never come as long as we don't get that. So initially Shastra says, go and get. After getting it, so what? After getting everything, so what? So what? So when you find the answer for so what is that answer? I am everything. You tell, I am everything. Can this question come again? I am king. So what? At least Yamadharmaraja will tell, so what? Correct? I am emperor. So what? I am healthy. So what? I am rich. So what? I am everything. Can this question come? So what? So what cannot come? Why? There cannot be second person to ask this question. There cannot be second person to ask this question because you are everything. That is the gift of Vedanta for a truthful person. Thus, the Shastra says, Satyavan eva jayati. At initial periods, in getting Artha and Kama, in the little bit matured period, in getting Loka Prapti, ultimately, he alone wins. Because here the win is what? Jackpot win. No more birth. No more birth. It is real jackpot. Otherwise, all other jackpots are so and so jackpots. Whatever you get, the question will remain, so what? What next? So what means what? Next question is what? What next? What next? What next? So, we have seen how Satyavan eva jayati. First type of jayam is worldly achievements in personal life, in social life. Second type of jayam is otherworldly existence. And third type of jayam is what? No jaya at all. You become the victory itself. You don't get jayam. You become very jayam. You become very satyam. You don't get the fruits of satyam. You become very satyam itself. You become satyasya satyam. Up to this, we have discussed the principles of this one statement, Satyameva Jayate. Hereafter, at least 3-4 classes, we will see how people who have followed this in their life were really successful in the worldly sense, in the spiritual sense, and the religious sense. We will see in the next few classes. Ramaya Ramachandraya Ramabhadraya Vedse Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.